What is up, McManus MMA fam? Guys, we're going to recap UFC Qatar, Tsarukyan versus Hooker. Full card starting at the main fight. Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker going all the way down to the very first early prelims. What a card this was. In all honesty, this was an absolutely incredible card. I can argue that this no, I can't argue that this was better than 322. I can't do that. 322 is legendary, but this was an absolutely incredible fight night. So starting off with Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. Listen, we all wanted Dan Hooker to win this fight just based off of my pure hatred of Arman Tsarukyan because we all know that he lost to Charles Oliveira in that fight and he had to pants himself because he's a zest fest. He had to pants himself so that he didn't get guillotined and he pulled out of the Islam fight and had to send in our greatest American troop, Renato Moicano, to take the death penalty that Islam was going to give him. But this fight, we knew this was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen. But yeah, Dan Hooker looked just stature-wise, he looked humongous in this fight. He looked huge and defended the first takedown against the cage really well. But then once it was in the center of the octagon, Dan kept jumping for guillotines. And the first time he jumped, I said, "Whoa, that's pretty tight." But Armand scrambled, and it was elite scrambling. He just got out of there so quick. It was honestly extremely impressive. I have to admit that was extremely impressive. And first round, I said, Arman won that round. Dan didn't look terrible, but once he got into the side control, kind of Hamzat Chimaev, because it's his teammate, Hamzat Chimaev just straight crucifix. Nothing Dan could do. He was just getting mauled. And I said, Dan did the best he could there. I'm sure we'll do 5 rounds of this. And then he jumps for a guillotine in round 2 and gets triangle choked pretty much. And yeah, I don't know what to say. Arman Tsarukyan immediately calls out Ilya. We knew this was going to happen. Ilya was there. I think he might have left before then because he didn't want to deal with Arman Tsarukyan, which I don't blame him. Nobody wants to deal with Arman Tsarukyan, not even the UFC, bro. They give him this, hand-me-down fight night because what happens when you skip the town on a title fight? You get sent to, I don't know, Qatar, bro. No, I'm not going to say poor Qatar. Moving on to the Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Gary, the co-main event. This went almost damn near how everybody thought it was going to go, unless you're delusional or you're Bilal Muhammad. Ian Gary just pieced him apart. I know it says that the total strikes Bilal was landing more. Bilal landed some good strikes. He was able to counter strike really well. Ian Gary's I think they were pretty much teep kicks. He was teep kicking and calf kicking. Those were killing Bilal. He does eye poke Bilal in the first round, which that was a real eye poke. And then the second one, he gets punched, and it was a knuckle, and Bilal tried to wiggle his way out of that one. I wish Ian Gary knocked him out. Ian Gary hit him so hard, I think with the left hand, or maybe it was the right hand, so hard the sweat flew off him, and you heard a crack. And Bilal didn't flinch, so I got to give credit where credit is due. Bilal did not go down. I got a new malware update. That's good to know. Another one. Thank you so much. Um, but Yeah, Ian Gary's takedown defense was elite, but I'm sorry. Let's think about this rationally. The last person to defend all the takedowns from Bilal and say, I defended all those takedowns. Give me whoever's next. We all remember what happened last weekend. We all remember what happened. Ian Gary, I wish you the best of luck if you're going to fight Islam. I wish you the best of luck. I do hate both of these guys. At least Ian Gary did not get out on the mic. I went out there. I defended every takedown. I beat up Bilal Muhammad, the former champ, so well. He didn't even know he's the champion. He's a bum. He's a loser. Bilal did try to pants himself at the end, which was so strange during the decision. He showed a little bit of bush. It was so weird. I don't know what he was doing. But yeah, this went exactly how we all thought it was. Moving on to Volkan Ozdemir versus Alonzo Manafield. Bro, good night, Alonzo Manafield. Just pieced apart and then took a nasty knee against the cage. And he was out cold standing. When you watch the replay, his eyes are looking around. He doesn't know where he is. He's just taking hook after hook after hook. And then he finally falls. That was brutal. This was, again, minute and a half long fight, which this main card, man, oh my God, the amount of finishes on this main card was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, man. Oh my God. So yeah, Volkan Ozdemir just absolutely killed Alonzo Manafield. Brutal, brutal KO, standing KO against the cage. Absolute killer. I look forward to seeing what Ozdemir has next. Let's keep it moving. Oh my God. Let's go. My favorite fighter, Myktybek Orolbai. put Jack Hermanson to sleep with a wet willy. Hit him in the ear. It literally looked like he tickled his ear. He gave him a wet willy, and Jack Hermanson went to bed instantly. Instantly went to bed. Holy shit. Jack Hermanson also looked giant for welterweight. I know he's been moving around weight classes, and so has Orolbai, but he looked huge. Dan Hooker looked huge, but Jack Hermanson looked ginormous, and Orolbai just doesn't care. The first man, Myktybek Orolbai, this dude, they defrosted him. He was from the Ice Age. They defrosted him, and he came out and he knocked out Jack Hermanson with a wet willy in the first round. Holy shit. We were all pumped for this. I was going ballistic. I could not believe it. I knew it was going to happen because my goat, Myktybek Orolbai, never loses. He never loses. He's the GOAT. Give him the title shot immediately. Honestly. Welterweight, yeah. The welterweight division is so stacked right now. Give him... Bro, let's set this up. Let's do Myktybek Orolbai versus JDM. Bro, what a fight that would be. Everybody knows this would be such a great fight. No, seriously, let's give him a ranked opponent. Let's give him a lower ranked opponent. Let's get Orolbai into the rankings. I need to see this guy more. This dude is awesome. I love this guy. He just, every performance he does, he just puts on an absolute showstopper. So I love this guy. I knew this, guys, again, the absolute predictions that I have are elite level. So I got to say, I predicted this one to a T. So moving on, I did not know that Shamil Ghaziev's opponent dropped when I was doing my predictions, and my least favorite fighter in the entire heavyweight division stepped up. I hate Waldo Cortez Acosta more than anybody in this division. I hate Salsa Boy so much. And he flukes a win over Shamil Gaziev. He flukes this win over the Blob. Bro, oh my God, I was so pissed. Shamil gets wobbled bad, goes down, takes some ground and pound, and is able to get up, and then he gets hit with Conqueror's hockey or something, and he just stands still, and he just doesn't move. This right looping punch comes in, and he just stands there. Good punch, I defend punch, good punch, and just gets flatlined. Bro, congrats, Salsa Boy. You fluked a win over Shamil Gaziev, the future heavyweight champion. Congrats, buddy. You fluked a win. No, I hate Salsa Boy. I hate Waldo Cortez Acosta so much. Especially the eye patch thing. Look, I can fight with when I Tom Espinal. I'm ready to fight anybody. Curtis Blades, anybody. Bro, you know he can sell a fight night early next year. I know he wants to fight on the Manuel Cop card. That card is already not great. If they put him on this card, cements it that we will not be watching, bro. We will not be watching. If he wants to fight the GOAT Curtis Blades or the GOAT Derek Lewis, do that, dude. Do that at fight night and watch this absolute bum get flatlined. I don't care. If there's any Salsa Boy fans out there watching, please comment down below so I can... Yep, Neanderthal in the chat. I'm blocking you. I gotta move on. They all said I was crazy by picking Kyoji Horiguchi to win. They all said I was crazy. Kyoji Horiguchi absolutely dismantled Ulanbekov. He dismantled him. Look at the stats. Holy shit. He was piecing him up on the feet, on the ground. His scramble was so good. His takedown defense was great. He was able to get out of just about everything. Gets up. Ulanbekov just looked broken going into the second round. And I was amazed. Kyoji Horiguchi, bro. Japan number 2. USA number 1. Japan number 2. My fellow Nihon Jin. We are on top. You will be fighting at UFC Japan. I'm so happy that he just absolutely blasted the shit out of Ulanbekov. Third round, just blasts him with a head kick. Goes down. This was very similar to oh man, I feel like that was on this card. We'll get to that fight, and then there was another one recently where this also happened where he just gets blasted. He can't even walk. He's gonna need a walker for the rest of his life. And then he just gets submitted in the back. So I was absolutely flabbergasted with how great Kyoji Horiguchi looked. I'm so excited to see him in the flyweight moving forward. I cannot wait to see who he fights next. He looked absolutely incredible. He said he's coming for the title, but buddy, you might not have to face Pantoja because Joshua Van is coming for that belt, buddy. Joshua Van is coming. You might have to face the GOAT, Joshua Van. So absolutely incredible. Congrats, Kyoji Horiguchi. Absolutely incredible performance. Moving to the prelims. Oh my God. Luke Riley. This was another one where I went, oh my God. First round, absolute starch fest. Bogdangrad is just snubbing him every single time he can. He's taking Luke Riley down, holding him down. And I kind of just went, oh shit, this is how this whole fight's gonna go, isn't it? Second round starts, they start standing, and Luke Riley gets like he throws a couple punches and Bogdan ducks down and then just left hand, boom, nukes Bogdan to a whole new dimension. He killed him. Bogdan got killed. I was, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. I was extremely excited. We'll talk about what this looks like for Paddy the Baddy's coaching. Paddy the Baddy coaching him and Shamrock, which we'll get to that at the end, unfortunately. Um, versus Toporia's coaching his brother, which again we'll get to that. But I think that dude Luke Riley looked pretty damn great. If he can get his wrestling and his takedown defense down, this dude could be a problem, man. This dude could be a problem. This he looked great, man. That nuke, bro. That was a nuke he threw. I mean, he didn't look great. Him getting taken down so easily. Bogdan should have just kept spamming takedowns, just Hamzat maxing, and he would have won this fight by like boring ass decision. Everybody would have been pissed at him, but at least he would have been alive. He would have been alive. He got killed. Everybody knows he got killed. I don't know, man. Moving on, bro. This Nicholas Dalby, the Viking. I gotta give it to him. He looked pretty damn good. Both not great. Both these dudes were gassed out into that third round. I didn't think that they were gonna be able to breathe anymore. These guys were gassed out. I had Sajid going into this fight, and just based off of how bad Nicholas Dalby's chin was, I think that if Sajid had have stayed up top more and had put some more volume in the punch and stuff, he could have maybe had a better chance of hurting him. But trying to take this down to the ground, both these dudes just gassed out so bad. I think my least favorite commentary table member, Michael Bisping, said, the way that Nicholas Dalby, he manages his gas tank is just so incredible. It's like, what are you talking about? Both these dudes were breathing heavy. These guys ran a marathon into round 2. These guys were breathing heavier than anybody I'd ever seen in my entire life. So, yeah. Just a gas out. Both these guys just gassed out so quick towards the end of that fight. So it literally just looked like these guys were just breathing heavy and pitter-pattering against each other until the bell. Yeah, congrats Nicholas Dalby, the Viking, winning this by split decision. I think it honestly should have been closer to unanimous. I understand the takedowns and the control time, but the control time was not like I think Nicholas Dalby had like over a minute more control time. So I think it should have been leaning a lot heavier towards Nicholas Dalby, but you know, whatever, man. I'm not doing any. Bro, Alex Perez versus Jesus Amabayev. What a fight, man. What a fight. Alex Perez was beating the shit out of Jesus Amabayev. He would take him down, control him on the ground. They would scramble back up. They were just piecing each other up. Into the third round, very beginning, Alex Perez shoots a takedown, and Jesus Amabayev just locks up a guillotine and just hops on it. And Alex Perez stands up. It's a standing guillotine. It was incredible. And Jesus Amabayev was losing that fight. He was going to lose that fight. And he just locked in. And he had that, what's that cat's name that hasn't fought in a couple years? Shavkat Rakhmonov, that guy. What's that cat's name? No, Shavkat was in his corner. Lots of Kazakhstan guys fight on today's card. I'm not complaining, man. I'm not complaining. For the most part, they all look pretty good. Jesus Amabayev, the cat that fought Toporia's brother. I guess just 2 Kazakhstani guys. It's more than normal. You only know one Kazakhstani guy is Borat. So, yeah, man, this was a crazy finish. Crazy end to the third round, or beginning to the third round. Crazy end to a fight. This was just a crazy fight. I expected this to be a lot more boring and a lot more of a sleeper fight, but goddamn, man. Jesus Amabayev just absolutely went crazy, man. Let's do Kyoji Horiguchi versus Jesus Amabayev, bro. Let's do that. Let's do that fight. That would be a great fight. Moving on, bro. This was sad, man. Did anybody think that Raphael was gonna win this fight? Walking in, my brother goes, I don't know, man. Sometimes they have a chance, man. Sometimes they have a chance. Bro, gets blasted with a spinning back leg kick, or head kick, then gets head kicked again, hits the ground, gets ground and pound, and then gets submitted. This was very similar to that Kyoji Horiguchi fight, where he just gets blasted and then submitted. This was, you can see, this was a 33-second fight. This was over instantly. Not much to say, but yeah, Yakiev looked pretty damn good. It looks like his photo's in black and white here. I don't know if he's also been defrosted, but yeah, bro. Sorry to see that. That was ridiculous. Moving on. Everybody, including me, I was kind of riding the wave. I couldn't help but kind of ride the hype train, bro. Alessandro Topuria is so good. He rocked Beksat really good, but Beksat's plan was terrible. He kept rotating and moving towards Topuria's power side. If he would have just circled the other way, I think he would have avoided a lot of those strikes. And no matter what, he just kept getting pressured against the cage. It's like he wanted to be there. He fought well, man. He fought well. He looked good against Topuria. Topuria, this is not like a great win, in all honesty. Not a great win. Um, I also thought this was a close. I thought round one was really close. I thought Topuria took round two, and then I thought third round was close. I thought this would at least be a split decision win for Topuria, but they give it a unanimous. Some of the judges gave him they gave it 30-27 in his favor, and I was like, what the hell? I guess his last name is Topuria, and they're like, bro, Topuria, he's the GOAT. Yeah, I don't know. Backside looked good. He was able to get some knees in there, but again, if he just circled to the other side and he was able to rotate back into the center of the octagon, he would push all the way back to the cage again. It's like, why are you doing that? That's where Topuria wants you to be, and you're just getting blasted there. He got blasted twice. He didn't get, and Topuria's takedown and takedown defense did look really good. His scramble was great, and he threw Beksad down at the beginning of the first round, I believe, which looked good. But at the end, like, I'm not going to rate this win super high. This was a total tomato can they gave him, and he didn't knock him out, and he kind of made it a close fight. I know that everybody's not super hype on him, but seriously, like, whoops. Yeah, I'm going to move on. Oh my God, Ryan Loder. Ryan Loder also died. Ryan Loder got killed. We watched Ryan Loder die. Ryan Loder took a punch, and he was dead before the fight even started. This was also a quick fight, and I was riding on Ryan Loder. I said, Ryan Loder, Ishmael Narrative looks like my cousin Danny. His haircut is the same, and we were all joking like, looks like cousin Danny. And then oh my God, Ryan Loder's dead. Ryan Loder was killed in front of all of us. I'm so sorry, Ryan Loder. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, he just got blasted. I don't even know he got blasted. He got, you can see on the side here, Ryan Loder landed one single strike. And he was just, Ishmael blasted Ryan Loder, and he would just hit the ground. He was out cold. Oh my God. What a knockout. Jesus Christ. Moving on. Bro, poor Shamrock. Poor Shamrock. Yeah. Eliev just absolutely kind of, he just out-motivated him, honestly. Shem kind of fell apart towards the end. He was just kind of throwing half-ass kicks. He was still landing head kicks, but they were half-assed. He was landing more leg kicks, and he landed some good body kicks, body punches. But again, he was just getting pieced up. He was taken down once, and then he was controlled on the ground. It was just like kind of a smudge, just kind of not a smudge, but yeah, Aliev just completely broke. Poor Shem, and Patty in the corner and the other coach, I can't remember his name, but they're all just screaming their knees, 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 knees. Not a single knee was thrown, I think. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was an entertaining fight, but it wasn't. It wasn't as awesome as we all thought it'd be. We were all hoping for the Shem show, and unfortunately, he got broken, man. He got broken. I'm sorry to say it. I hope we see him come back. I hope we see Shem come back. Aliev has potential to get knocked out against another lightweight guy. Give him some tin can or something so that he can prove himself. Because Shem did not look very good in this fight. I'm gonna be honest. He did not look good. I was very disappointed. Let's go to this last fight. Jesus Christ. Welcome back, Israel Adesanya versus oh my God, why can't I remember his name? This is actually so embarrassing. Mike, I love you, Mike. What is that guy's name? Why can't I remember his name? Jesus, that's actually really embarrassing. Not Barboza. Dude, this sucks. Am I the worst to ever do it? Am I the worst to ever do it? Probably. Probably the worst to ever do it. I should never make another YouTube video again. Yeah, this was probably the most boring fight this is what I woke up to, and this was the most boring fight I've ever seen in my entire life. Holy cow. Yoel Romero, that's the guy's name. Welcome back, Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero. This was such a snooze fest. Round two, Denzel Freeman kept going, hey, 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 hey. Bro, let me tell you something. This fight sucked. It sucked. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the UFC's like, Denzel Freeman, you give us a fucking terrible performance. He wouldn't do any takedowns. This dude's a wrestler, and he was not doing any. He didn't go for a single takedown. He just wanted to stand up and just pitter patter on the feet. It was, dude, what a bum fight. I don't even want to talk about this fight. It sucks so much. Um, yeah, overall, this was a really amazing card, bro. This was an amazing card, in all honesty. I'm glad I woke up for. The main card was incredible, except for this fluke win that the absolute. Dude, I fucking hate Waldo Cortez Acosta. I hate him. Yeah, man. It was a really, really, really amazing card. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this card down below. Did you even watch it? Let me know your favorite fighter on this card. We all know who my favorite fighter is, and that's Orolbai. That's Myktybek Orolbai. That is my favorite fighter on this card, plus Shamil Gaziev and Kyoji Horiguchi. Um, look forward to some more videos coming soon. I know we have no event next week, so we'll find some filler video for me to make. And then we've got the incredible event of 323 where Joshua Van will beat Alessandro Pantoja. So I look forward to that. Peace.